a test run for some imaginary format in the TCG, in the Zodiac right now. We just got done with round 1 of our December tournament. I want to discuss some of the results I've seen so far from the tournament, because it's actually kind of interesting. I'll set up the basis here for you guys. First off, TCG ban list, Stratos is at 1, so Super Poly is at 1 as well. Net cloths are allowed, so it's pretty much Nodin and Nodin FTK. If you guys don't know what Nodin FTK is, it is the Blazing Phoenix version of it. It's actually pretty consistent. It's actually not doing very well in the OCG right now because net cloths just go. So there's that. Of course, Shadalls are in full force because of TCG, unlike in the OCG where Winda and Construct got destroyed in, you know, the nuts. And all 3 card pools are in unison, so TCG, Korean, and OCG, all their cards are perfectly legal where they are. Now, I was looking at some of the generic results for round 1, and I've seen a lot of net cloth. A lot more than I was actually expecting. This could be just because, you know, it's a different tournament setting and people want to play something that they're, you know, not used to playing. I'm also seeing a lot of Satellar Knights. You figured you see more Quill Fort and more Shells because, you know, they're more amped towards the big 3, and Satellar Knights kind of coming in at spot number 4. But there's actually a decent representation of Satellars. This might be just because they have a very well-rounded matchup against pretty much everything, and by well-rounded I mean either they win or they get blown out. So it's pretty straightforward. Net cloth though, the power that they have to OTK or just generate massive control is absurd. I did see a couple of Nodin FTK decks. One of them ended up losing to the Triple DD Kaiser, a guy that stops burn damage, which is kind of fucking hilarious. But, you know, the anti-meta tech is there for the format, you know. I'm also not seeing as much Burning Abyss as I figured that I would be seeing. You know, in a format where Netcloth, Burning Abyss, Stellar Knights, Shadalls, Quillfort all exist and, you know, their perfectness. You figured you would see more Abyss because Fire Lake is a massive control card in the TCG. But I feel like they're just being massively underrepresented in the tournament. I do feel like if this was an actual tournament in the TCG, like the actual format, and we had those 5 decks like raring to go, I definitely feel like Burning Abyss would get blown out by the massive amount of Trishulls that exist. Stratos is having no impact whatsoever. Dark Law, I mean, is a very good card, but when you're faced against the unstoppable might of the big with 5, you know, it's kind of ridiculous. Did see a couple cool things though. Mass Change second with Netcloth in the sideboard to go into Acid to destroy your opponent's back row, considering you don't use a lot of your extra deck, was pretty cute when I did see it. So definitely something to consider. Mass Change second, if you're going to consider playing Netcloth, could actually be a really cool side deck card in terms of blowing out your opponent's back row, because, you know, Heavy Storm is banned in the TCG. Outside of that, though, those were the cool tech choices that I've seen so far in the tournament. Like I said, Stratos has had no impact whatsoever. It's because Super Poly was enough to limit, you know, the hero deck in and of itself with it going to 1, even though it was meant to hurt Shadalls. But at the end of the day, Stratos is fine to come back to 1 because of what is going on right now. Definitely a massive impasse to, I guess, the game itself. So yeah, that's the round 1. From what I've seen. I know it is quote-unquote an imaginary format, but it's definitely interesting to see what happens when the card pools align under our ban list with, you know, the exception of Stratos being allowed. But definitely something that you wouldn't expect. Well, you would expect, but yeah. So guys, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about all of this knowledge, and I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up this video to show your support, and please check out Vanguard 40 for Cardfight Vanguard, MKohl Games for miscellaneous trading card games, and No Limit Gaming for a brand new series of Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Thanks for watching.